Yo, yo, yo. Whoa, whoa. Happy 4th of July. The founding fathers are rolling over in their grave. They're going, do you believe this shit? Do you believe this shit? 250 years ago, we got together and we thought we put together something really nice. And this fucking guy, what's his name again? Trump? Holy shit. Jefferson, I thought we thought about all the angles. Damn it, Adams. I thought you said this kind of shit wouldn't happen. You don't think they're talking amongst themselves? They are. In spirit. Anyway. Happy 4th of July. Oh, sweet Jesus. Save our country. You know what Israel did yesterday? They dropped the largest bomb you can drop on the earth, other than nuclear, on Lebanon. Israel's out of control. We have to fight Israel. Like, stop Israel. We should tell them, but they're not going to stop because they own Trump. And they own the media. And they own the finances. So, I don't know. I think it's going to Nova Scotia, if they'll have me. I think Nova Scotia would be an easy move. And then eventually make myself across the Atlantic. If only I can talk my mom into going to Nova Scotia with me. BB has the Trump pedo. Yep, he does. Netanyahu. I am so glad the Americans, Donald Trump, is the biggest advocate for Israel. I am so grateful to you. Anyway, let's just start laughing this morning. I want to show you guys something from the Jerry collection, and then I'm going to say good morning to everybody. I bought quite a few different cups, sizes, and stuff when I was getting into this copper kick. And I believe that copper is the best thing to drink out of. If you do your research, aluminum is not good for your body. Aluminum foil, aluminum thermoses, aluminum this, aluminum that. Copper is very good to drink out of for cool and room temperature water. You don't put hot in copper. Anyway, I want to show you the Jerry collection. Ta-da! I filled it with some ice. I filled it with 3 ice cubes. They're already melted. So anyway, if you're going to do it, if you're going to drink copper, if you're going to dedicate yourself to copper, go big or go home. You know what I'm saying? right? Show up at a party, or someone comes over. You have your own little mixture of whatever cocktail you want to put in here. I guess if you want to be crazy, but I suggest ice water, not even lemon. You put water in here, and what happens is, I don't know what happens. I know that the copper helps eliminate bacteria and algae. I know that it's supposed to help your skin. I know that it conducts electricity and that we are electric beings. So why wouldn't you want to take advantage of that and drink out of copper? I don't know. I think I was one of the first people on that started talking about copper. Now copper's everywhere. Best time to drink water is in the morning. Even though you don't want to. I had a cup of coffee already. I had 2 cups of coffee. I'm going to start saying good morning to everybody in 5 minutes. I love you guys. You know my MO. I bullshit. I get things off my chest. I share some things with you. And then I'll say good morning to everybody. Here's what I ordered from a company called Living Niche. Living Niche. I know you can see it backwards, but Living Niche. And I ordered this from them. I gave a pair to my mom, and she promptly gave them back to me. I'm not using that crap. I'm not using that thing. What are you kidding me? I don't take this back. So you can't give your parents gifts. They don't know what to do with them. And plus, everybody's getting older. Who wants shit anymore? I'm ready to start getting rid of my stuff. Or that's why I need to open up a restaurant in Boone, North Carolina that just sells soup. Or we might have to do it in Nova Scotia. Jesus, this is a pain in the ass to unwrap. Bear with me. I should have did this before I came on with you. Maybe I can slide it. Ugh, no such luck. Jesus, they really wrap these things. Christ. Sorry, Lord. Oh, my gosh. God, somebody in the warehouse is using too much cellophane. I need another run. All right, here we go. God, what a mess it made, too. Jesus, it looks like a crime scene over here, I swear to God. Or like your dog started chewing on the toilet paper. I'm going to wet these things. God, annoying. Whoever wrapped these things, Living Niche, you're a pain in the ass. You went a little too crazy. Anyway, these are copper straws. The Americans are. I've never used one. I just opened it in front of you for the first time. I bought 3 sets. I think they were $9. It's not a big opening, but you know what? You really shouldn't be sucking like a pig anyway. That's why McDonald's has those big ass straws. They want you to be they don't care if you kill yourself on a fucking vanilla shake. But these are more kind of narrow. Jesus, can my hand be any more unsteady? All right. I'm going to try it, and then I'm going to say good morning to everybody. We've only been on for 8 minutes, 40 seconds. I usually talk for the first 10 minutes. I don't shut up, but I'm here to say hi to you, and then we can talk about whatever you want to talk about. All right. There you go. There's an advertisement right there. All right, let me dry out my hands and say good morning to everybody. So if you guys aren't joining us for this, we're just an anti-MAGA group. We're building a community of like-minded friends who feel that this is this craziness has to end. This is an anti-MAGA platform. So if you're MAGA, this isn't the place for you. Or maybe it is. Maybe some kindness that you see being exchanged between the people on this platform will inspire you to be a better person. And I don't know what to say. Grow up? I don't know. Oh, God. Here we go. So right now, I've been on for exactly 10 minutes. I just went 10 minutes. We have 41 people on board. That's pretty cool. 41 people in the first 10 minutes. I think our community is growing earlier and longer. So, Ellen Unger, Titan Brew. Ellen, it's always good seeing you, man. Jeff is here, my brother from no, Jeff is down in Cape Coral, Florida. Sienna's here. Jonathan Barr, Ellen Unga. Ellen Unga. Unga. Unter is under in German. Unga, what is Unger? Let's Google Ellen. What does your last name mean? Unger. Unger. What was there? It was a character on TV. Charlie Unger? Felix Unger. That was a funny show. Did you guys ever watch The Odd Couple? Oh my God, it was hilarious. Jack Klugman and two great actors. Dun 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 dun. It was a really cute movie. Remember Felix Unger? Who didn't love Felix Unger? His wife kicked him out of the house, and he wound up living with his friend who was a sports writer, who was the opposite of him. He was a very neat freak. He had allergies. Kind of like a timid guy. Really kind guy, though. And then his buddy Jack Klugman was a sports writer, smoking a cigar, drinking alcohol all the time. Rough. It was a good movie. A good show on TV. The Odd Couple. Anyway, I do this when I talk. I go on tangents. Look at, I said Unger, Felix Unger, Odd Couple. What's Jerry talking about? He doesn't know. I do know it rained last night. Crazy. The skies opened up. It stormed here in New Jersey. Crazy. It was heavy, heavy, heavy rains. And the skies, something entered our atmosphere. The whole skies were lit up last night. Did you guys experience the same thing in your region? These skies were, it was dark one minute, and then the skies were bright. And there was lightning, and the rain was torrential. Anyway, and right now it's very tranquil. Do you know what I'm saying? So let me keep saying good morning. Ellen Unger, what does your last name mean? And do you remember the Odd Couple? Does anybody remember the Odd Couple? Happy July 4th, Margie, Sienna. Irma Harris is here. God bless you, Irma. Oxyon, happy 4th of July. So what's your thoughts on September 11th? The owner of the World Trade Centers, if you want me to give you what I feel based on what I've heard, based what I know to be true, I think September 11th. September 11th was a way to bring us into a war and to mobilize us so that a select few would make a lot of money, and everybody makes money off the war, off wars. The amount of money and funds that go into that, somebody has to produce things and are behind things, and they make money. So there's a whole war machine. Eisenhower referred to it as, what did he recall it? Anyway, we wanted to go to war. The Israel-backed owner of the World Trade Centers had a huge policy on the trade centers. And they were filled with asbestos. And they were never, ever, ever going to be able to, bring it to code. That wasn't even an option. So they had a huge insurance. A year before the World Trade Centers came down, an elevator company was present in each building. And they would spend approximately however much time on each elevator. Those are the guys that were setting the charges. They set the charges. I don't know what type of hologram, what type of fucking shit they put on the TV. I don't know. Was there one remote plane? I don't know. But it made it look like the planes went into the building. They were detonated. Those buildings were taken down on purpose to start a war. And for a very select few who support the guy who owned the World Trade Center, do your do your research. They had a huge insurance payoff, so he got paid for that tragedy that they created. And that's what my feelings are on September 11th. That it's a terrible. The shit continues. It's like when Kennedy was shot. Everybody's in shock. This shit's happened. Oh my God, they killed Kennedy. I believe the driver just turned and just shot him right in the head. He was one of the guys. There was like 3 or 4 others set up. They were taking him out. And everybody agreed he needed to be taken out. Hollywood, the mafia, our own government. So there's some nasty people out there doing some nasty things, you know. And the saga continues. I mean, in Lebanon, we just bombed Lebanon with a bomb called, I think it's the C-300. Some stupid fucking anachronism, whatever reason for that, I don't know. Maybe, or the C-3000. And this is the largest bomb you can drop without going nuclear. So Israel is attacking to their north now, Lebanon. I mean, enough, Israel. Jesus Christ. I mean, stop. We have to stop them. Hopefully, I mean, that's why the Epstein files have to come out, because we have to take the noose from around our neck. The longer this continues and all this shit, the people have to rise up and say, this is what it says, and get his ass arrested now. He's in this damn thing a million times. We know he's guilty. Take him down. And all his fucking clowns with him. Now. You know, I know you feel the same way. Anyway, that was my feelings on September 11th. Listen, I'm going to continue saying good morning and everything. I'm going down slowly. I said hi to Irma. This guy Zian just said, what were my thoughts on September 11th? What am I going to say to him? I'll get back to you. I'm answering things as I see them. So please be patient with me. Margie says good morning. Margie is my moderator. She's in Ottawa. She's our girl. She's our gal. She doesn't put up with shit. She's very loyal to our friends. A lot of people become friends on this platform. What a pretty morning. Look at that shit. Jerry, just shut up. Can we listen to the birds? Can you shut up for 5 minutes, Jerry? My friend Orca is such a ham. He's always like, whenever I'm like in the picture, he has to be in the picture. Look at him. He knows what he's doing. All right, let me continue. Jonathan Barr, Sienna Ellen. Jonathan Barr saying good morning, everybody. Diane Ramos is checking with us, saying good morning, Jerry. I'm sorry, my friend, but this America doesn't feel like celebrating today. I started off with that. I said our founding fathers right now are rolling over in their graves. We could all do it. We could do a little skit on what they're saying. George Washington's, talking to, Ben Franklin going, I thought we planned against this. Didn't you guys put this stuff in writing? What's going on? We thought we had it covered. We never thought the corruption would run so deep. Why aren't they stepping up? He should not be in office. That's why we put that clause there. 14th Amendment. He's not allowed to hold office. What's going on here? Call Adams in here, will you? Where the hell is Hamilton? Where's Jefferson? They're all talking. That would be funny. All right, I got to move the umbrella soon. Actually, if it just goes up a little bit more, it'll hit the umbrella. So I'm going to go find a patch of shade here at the end of the pool. This is why I like being out here in the morning, because I have the shade. If this shade wasn't here, I wouldn't be in here right now. I'm very blessed. And I'm going to light some fireworks later today over there. Not even a celebration, kind of like a acknowledgement that this is a very, very dark time in America. I think he's I don't know what the hell I just saw, that he got rid of more people very recklessly. They're recklessly dismantling different agencies from being able to function in different facets. I mean, transportation, even the finance, this, and they're pulling the shit, they're pulling things out. He has to be arrested soon. Donald Trump has to be arrested. And who's telling him all this shit? Steve Miller, that freaking Nazi ass, and then Steve Bannon, that jerk off. My God. You got to think about the restraint of the military guys. You got to give them credit. Pete Hegseth still walking around with his teeth. I mean, I want to pull all troops out of Europe. I mean, some of the generals probably want to just punch him right in the fucking mouth. What did he say? What did he shut the fuck? Oh my God. I mean, really, someone needs to crack that jaw of his. He's sticking out there so fucking prominently, like he's Mr. King shit. I don't think he's that fucking. He thinks he's a little more special than he is. I think he's in for the biggest fall. Pride before the fall. Think of anybody more prideful than Pete Hegseth. You can't. He's a fucking very. Thinks he's such a king shit. He should be ashamed. Anyway, I'm going to go over here and I'm going to start reading what you guys are saying. I want to find a better patch of shade. Right here. I think right here. I got to get behind this tree. Jesus, I'm still getting patches of it. All right here is not bad. All right. I have a little sun up there. This is the best peak. This is the darkest area right now in the back. I can't see now because I have sunspots. Just give me a second. Born on the 4th of July, he had a Yankee Doodle sweetheart. She's my Yankee Doodle joy. Yankee Doodle came town, riding on a pony. I am your Yankee Doodle boy. What a bunch of bullshit. Someone needs a Yankee Doodle and put their foot right up Donald Trump's ass. Take him away. The media makes him look like I mean, do they know how fucking cringy he is? I want everybody to show me pointing with my lips slightly open, like I'm saying something really, really important, and really, really, everybody's holding down on my every word. That's the kind of look I'm looking for. Okay? Stupid. North Dakota. He was up in North Dakota. I wonder what prison he's going to go to. I think he's probably going to go to a California prison. New York, maybe. They'd love to have his ass in New York. Oh, Lord. All right, let me start. Okay, now the sunspots are gone. I can read. I can see. Jesus, this is awesome. Margie, Jeff. Aggie's here. Aggie's my girl. Jonathan Williams is our... Jonathan, I haven't seen you in a while. Diana Ramos, ladies and gentlemen. I like that bird. That does that. Oh, I'll shut up for 2 minutes. I'm going to let you guys join me. It's 58 people on right now. We've been on for just under 25 minutes. I'm not going anywhere for the next 2 hours. I'm going to be in the pool. I might throw some kettlebell around. Can't get enough kettlebell. No kettlebell. Will Ferrell. You know this kid. Ding, ding. Yo, this is to make up for. I was talking to Jackie, and she said she was talking to Margie that when I went for the walk, when I went for those morning walks the other day, that they thought they were on a seesaw, because I my hip is bad, so I'm limping, and I didn't realize how annoying that must be for you guys. I can't control it, unless I have like a fucking gyroscope for your phone. So that's why I'm not going to walk with you guys anymore. I can't. I'm limping. I mean, I'm gimping, whatever you want to call it. I have left hip, bone on bone, fat boy. Ouch. So anyway, she said, Jerry, you had everybody dizzy. I'm like, oh shit, I don't want it to be an unpleasant experience. I said, I suck. No, I don't. I shouldn't say that to myself. I tried. This is one of my older copper water bottles. I put it in here. Look how it's oxidized. They put copper on ships, and they'll change them out so barnacles and stuff don't grow on the bottom of the ship because it doesn't allow for algae and bacteria to grow. Oh Lord. Anyway, happy 4th of July, everybody. Let me continue going down and saying good morning to everybody. I can see who's here. I hope when I continue going down, I'm going to catch up to it. And here's what I'm expecting. I'm expecting Ellen Unger to tell me what her last name means, Unger. Do you guys remember The Odd Couple on TV? That was freaking hilarious. I mean, if you haven't seen it, find a way of finding if you go watch it. It's hilarious. The Odd Couple. It's a really cute, it's a nice sitcom. Mary Tyler Moore show is hilarious. It's dark times. I don't want us to, stick our head in the sand, but we got to kind of keep our sense of humor and be happy. You know, this is a dark time in America, and we're going to get through it. Only if you buy a copper straw and you stay healthy. All right. All right. Shalane. Rebecca's here. Rebecca's our girl out in, Rebecca's in Florida. I used to think for the longest time Rebecca was in Wisconsin because she's fair skinned. She got that red hair, be on a farm or something. Titan, Jonathan Barr saying happy 4th to everybody. Let me see how much I got to catch up. Holy shit. I'm never going to catch up. I talk too much. I can't wait half an hour till I see you guys, but it's a delay coming in, and most of what I see is you guys talking to each other. And that's fine. Today is not a day for celebration. It's not. You heard what I said about September 11th. I hope anybody's not. I had a girlfriend named Rebecca. She didn't like being called Becky. What's my favorite car? My favorite car, I'll be honest with you. My favorite car was my Volkswagen VW Bug, 1973. No clutch, semi-automatic. Put it in first gear. It went from 0 to 15. When it hit over 15 miles an hour, you took your foot off the gas, pulled it back into second gear. Now you were good to go. 15 to 80, right? It was just, it was a nice engine. And I liked driving a Volkswagen Bug. I used to love my Bug. I loved it. If I could have another car, I would have a souped-up, reinforced Volkswagen Bug. A Volkswagen. I mean, a people car. Volts means people. Wagen means auto. Or, a wagon. The people wagon. That's why it's called Volkswagen. Oh. Thank you for asking me that, though. Therabob, it's like calling Steve Kennedy. It's not your name. I appreciate you asked. What, Becky doesn't like being called Becky? I call her Rebecca. It's Rebecca. What's she complaining about? What's she complaining about her name? Becky. I don't think I've said Becky. I don't know. Rebecca, can we call you Becky? I mean, come on. I had a girl that I work with. Oh, shit. Oh, my God. She was fucking annoying. You had to call her Pamela. Do you believe that shit? Yo, Pam. It's Pamela. I prefer Pamela. Can you imagine working with someone you had to fucking call him Pamela? Oh my God. People are a pain in the ass at work. Jobs aren't difficult. People are the fucking problem. Honestly. Oh, the sun is. Let me lower this umbrella a little bit. If I pull it towards me, the sun is still rising, so the sun's just about to go over this umbrella. And when it does, there will be no sun on us. Oh, I'm going to put some sunscreen on while I read your stuff. But remember James Cagney? He was the Yankee Doodle boy. That was a good movie, James Cagney. He's meeting with FDR, talking about his life, his family, the Coens, an entertainment troupe. See, you had the Irish that got into law enforcement, entertainment, breaking into different, even media and doing different things. And the Irish had their niche, but that's the Irish. Not that there was an Irish mafia and whatever and all that shit. Tough guys too, but pretty all hardworking. Same with the Italians and all that stuff. But then you look at Elon Musk's. His heritage, white supremacists. His family wasn't cops. They weren't blue collar. His family went right to the top. What did they do? They bought property in South Africa where it was allowed for there to be slaves. I mean, there's slaves in South Africa. Still. I'm just saying, my contempt of Elon Musk and that whole white supremacist bullshit, it really irks me to the bone. Oh. Can you imagine waking up in a detention center right now? What a bitch that would be. Every morning I think of that. I'm like, motherfucker. Those people aren't allowed to see the sky. They got the same fucking light beating down on you all day. The same nasty, fucking, bright, oppressive, bullshit light shining down. It's always the same. It's not lights out. None of that shit. There's no lights out. Fucking lights. 24/7. Lights. Bunch of creepy guys looking at you, fucking your every move. Can you imagine how fucking messed up that whole thing is? Can you imagine being incarcerated? And if you're going through that shit and you don't even know where your wife and kids are, you'd be going fucking ape shit thinking, where's happening? If this is how they're treating me, can you imagine how they're treating my wife? Where the fuck is she? Where's my son? Where's my daughter? The only bright spot has been the FIFA. It's nice to see the nations come together, but there's a heaviness that you just cannot. What's the word? There's a heaviness you just can't. Shake would be a dumb word. I mean, it's here for a reason. We're heavy-hearted for a reason. If you're not heavy-hearted right now, I would say you're kind of callous and not human. It's a dark time in America right now. Hopefully Donald Trump will pass away today. Or the arrest will happen today. I would love to see that. They need to be taken away. Elon Musk has to be arrested. He broke the law. He took all our shit. Oh, you know what they just found out with Donald Trump? He just signed a pact with his stupid World Trade fucking fund that his doofy ass sons run, and all they did was make a deal with the devil with the Saudis to have that want half of the ability to do AI and our data, all our data. So these data centers that are popping up in our country, they're not to assimilate AI and all this other shit. No, 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 no. It's to keep tabs on us. So Donald Trump's sons, through this Arab alliance, and they're paying $500 billion to own half of that stake in cryptocurrency shit that he wants to create. And I've invested in cryptocurrency. I don't believe his is going to go anywhere. That we're going to own his shit. But he sold us out this past week. That is he sold us out. How did he do that, Jerry? He's selling our information to the Saudis. Then what if they hijack our electronic system? You don't get your social security check, your health insurance. No one knows anybody's. They could really hurt the system. So Donald Trump just sold us out. At the worst, you could be sold out. All your information is going to another country. They're going to have control if we don't take him down now. All right, the sun is almost over the umbrella. Anyway, but I don't know how I got. Aggie said, "Do I remember James Cagney?" You're so cute, Aggie. James Cagney. If you look at his old movies, he thought he was such a tough guy. Yeah. He was such a tough ass. They were so corny. All the littlest guys acting all tough. I do like the one. James Cagney always played a tough guy. I do like the one where, man, this only accentuates how big my head is. Look at how fucking big my head is. Jesus, I look like a cone head. I would like to go to your planet. Tang. Dan Aykroyd played that. Dan Aykroyd was funny in what the hell movie was that? Coneheads. Oh, that was a funny movie. Chris J says, "Are my mom and I going to barbecue today?" It's too hot to barbecue. It really is. You don't really feel like eating when it's this hot. You know, you really, your appetite's like, wah, wah, wah. But the poor birds, on the other hand, they need food. I hope Costco is closed today, so I might have to go to Acme, and I have to fill the bird feeders. My bird food is diminished. Jerry, I just asked if you were barbecuing. I don't want to hear about the fucking birds. God, Jesus, you can never ask Jerry anything without him going on a tangent. I still have some bird food in there, but no, barbecue. I was thinking barbecue, birds. No, I was thinking barbecue, and then you know, your appetite, you really don't feel like eating when it's hot. I don't. When it's super hot, no. Drink. You drink. And then I was thinking the birds are the opposite because they have feathers, and it's hard for them to stay cool. These, you know, on a hot day, you see birds, their mouths are all open. So they need fuel because the heat is very hard on them. So if you do anything for America today, go get fill your bird feeders. What else did he do, Trump, just recently? Guys, when he got elected, I felt such a punch in the stomach because I'm not like this, what's it called? They feel everything. But I was like, oh my God, they're going to go fucking ape shit now. Drill, dig, frack. You don't think that his billionaire friends who have those companies are going ape shit on the planet right now? They are causing so much pollution and holy shit. But this thing with the Saudis, Trump aligning Trump's sons, because Donald Trump was asked 2 days ago, what's going on with this business venture with World Trading, his World Liberty or some stupid shit, World Liberty Trade or some stupid name. Well, he says his sons are running it. He doesn't talk to them about it. But they just got 500, I don't know the numbers. I should know them better. But 500 billion, something crazy, half of the stock in this currency that they want to do. And They want it's going to be data on everybody, world data, big AI. That's where all these. That's why all these data centers that are going up. It's not for. It's to keep tabs on us. I mean, honestly, it makes you think like, oh my God, sell the house, let's go up to Nova Scotia. To me, that would be I don't think that would be a bad move. I would get some scuba gear. I would learn how the fishermen out there would become their friends. I'd clean the boat just to be able to learn how to work on a boat. I would like to go out and get lobster and fish, and all you need is I don't know. I don't know what their diet really consists of up there, but I would think they have an access to, I mean, it's not that cold up there, but it's a unique place. I think that would be a nice place to go. That's just me. Jerry, so you're saying your flight or fight response is kicking in and you feel like you'd rather go to Nova Scotia. Yeah. Yeah. I don't want to go south. Although the Philippines looks enticing. Panama is very receptive to American. Panama seems like a really nice place to go too. So that would be two nice destinations to be able to go to, Panama and Nova Scotia. What's another one? Albania, over in the Mediterranean. Very affordable. Albania is just north of Greece. And I'm talking, reason I'm bringing these up is because do you want to live in a place that you have to pay $2,000 a month to live? No. You can live there for like $600 to $800 a month. 2-bedroom villa with, near a beach or wherever. Like, it's nice. The food is good. Panama, Albania, Colombia is on the list. The top 5 places to consider going. That isn't going to kill you if you're American. Panama, Colombia, the Philippines, and Albania. There was one more. I can't remember it. I'll remember it later. But, hey, listen, we're all friends for a reason. It's not a bad thing to think hypothetically, where the fuck would I like to go? What do I need to do? How, I don't know. Konnichiwa, Tina's here. Tina's our girl over in Indiana. I'm on my way to Indiana. Indiana, here I come. I'm on my way to Indiana. Indiana, here I come. That's all the words I know. Who sang that song? Michael Jackson? I'm on my way to Indiana. I don't know. I don't think he wrote that song, though. Or did he? Did you see the dick at Mount Rushmore? Was that where he was? I think, okay, North Dakota, Mount Rushmore. Oh my God, he wants to be in Mount Rushmore. When is this going to end? If it wasn't so tragic, it would be comical. The fact that he even thinks that he belongs in Mount Rushmore. I mean, his sons belong in jail. His sons belong in jail. They're selling us out. Jared Kushner, that pasty motherfucker, they need to bring him back home. Who's he to stand up for talking shit? And then Steve Bannon this past week, no, not Steve Bannon, Steve Miller, that Joseph Goebbels, Nazi-looking asshole. The United States is on close. We're not taking anybody from other countries. No, that sounds like more like Ben Shapiro. Who taught him how to talk? That little skinny Jewish guy who likes to talk like this. And, well, I can tell you by experience that, I mean, the fuck? I mean, he talks like that, doesn't he? Ben Shapiro. The reason the United States is in the state is in. Let me ask you this: how many black people, like, if they don't graduate high school, have committed a crime and then why is there such a like? I wish I was on that stage. Why are there so many broken black families? You know why there is a lot of broken black families? Because the policy in the United States has been for the past 3 decades to really throw the book at black men. I could do a crime and do 8 months. A black guy could do the same crime and do 5 years, if he's lucky. I mean, you wonder why there's not black, why there's a break in that, It's because of that. And we caused the crack pandemic. Bill Clinton. We had cocaine coming up here. It's dark. It's very dark. We're fucked up country sometimes. We are. We cause the problem, then blame the people we cause the problems for. I don't know. But I did see, I'm not used to hearing Aggie curse. She said, "Did you see the dick at Mount Rushmore?" He is a dickhead. Did you see his toupee came off and no one told him? I mean, it was flap. He had one thing, he was flapped up here, and then the other thing I saw was like this. Oh my God. And I'm not making fun of him for losing his hair. Embrace that shit. Look at it. It is what it is. I mean, come on. Oh, he's ridiculous. The Therabob says it looked like the presidents were crying. I'm not a car man. Like I said, my friend Scott Bodine, who I grew up with, I've been friends with him since 7th grade. He was killed 3 weeks ago. He was a car guy. I remember leaning on his car once. He goes, "Jerry, don't touch the car." I'm like, "Oh, Jesus, okay." So, very lives all that shit. He was on a motorcycle coming home from work, and he hit a drunk driver hit him head on. You don't survive that. So he's gone, and I'm going off on a tangent because this is a public service announcement. Motorcycles are fucking dangerous. The hot weather's here. Your neighbor wants your kid to go on a ride. Can I, Mom? Can I? No, you can't. Motorcycles are dangerous. I'm just saying. I will never get on a motorcycle. I'm not a musclehead. I don't like machinery. I don't like saws and drills. I don't like handguns. I really feel I should be Amish. I really belong on a fucking farm in Pennsylvania. I just, I'm a bullhead, Oh my God. I'm not a V8 muscle car guy though, but I do, they're pretty. The fastest I ever drove in a car, I was working with an insurance adjusting company when I was in college. You go out and you measure skid marks and take crimes, you take scenes of the intersection to get to the truth. How did things happen? What happened? So it was a pretty interesting job. And the guy who ran the company had money, and he had a Corvette. And I'll never forget how frightened I was. We were down a road in Pennsylvania, and it was a country road, but shit, we were hitting 120 miles per hour. We would have been dead. I felt like death was right looking at me. I was like, oh my God. So I think I would only feel comfortable driving really, really fast, which I've done on the Autobahn in Germany. I had that experience. Is a salt flat, like some big ass area where you could just go as fast as you want and you're not going to hit anything. But, cars and motorcycles and stuff, I don't know. I'd rather be in a carriage. No, I'd rather be in my Volkswagen Bug. Steve Smith, my left hip is killing me, man. I'm going to do some kettlebell. Because you can't get enough kettlebell. My neighbor's like, if he doesn't stop that shit. Kettlebell. Oh, this kettlebell. We're going to do some kettlebell exercises today. I've done some each day for the past 4 days. I've done kettlebell exercises. They said one for your core is to flip it around to go around your back. It's good for your shoulders. It's actually very pleasant. I looked at them do this. I was like, I don't know if I want to do that. I like this. Because when you're putting it around and the force of the kettlebell is going, you find your core is having to tighten up to compensate for that weight. We'll just do 10. Oh my God, this feels nice. I actually feel my arms loosening up. Oh, this is nice, man. Ooh, it's a pleasant thing. Now we go to the right. Oh, and I'm just going to do 10. Oh, but no walk today, man. I'm lunching. My left hip hurts. And Jackie told me the other day that her and Margie were talking. And when I walk, I limp. And they said it was like being on a seesaw. So I don't want it to be an unpleasant experience for you guys. So, I mean, I have no right, as fat as I am, taking you guys for a walk. I mean, it's like, Jesus. Like being Dances with the Stars. Yeah, certain things you're just not going to do. All right, let me continue reading and saying good morning. I like this. We're not in any rush. I'm not in any rush. I'm going to continue panning down and talking to everybody. Chris J said, Jerry, those thick trees would be nice on the side yard to block your neighbor out. No shit. I'm going to extend the white fence eventually. The white fence that's on that side of the shed, I'm going to put it behind these forsythias all the way to the middle of the backyard. See the white fence out there? Mom and I had that put up so people couldn't look into our garage from the road, right? So that fence right there, that white fence, I'm going to put that white fence over here and extend it. So it's that height. It'll give me some nice. Do you see what I'm saying? That white fence will be extended. It'll look nice. I'll keep the forsythias on my side of the fence. Aggie, it's just too much negativity. Who is being too negative? Cool view, but you're not reading comments. No. I'm reading comments. Margie told him you were car sick. Therabob, we can talk or we can talk. Oh my gosh, we'll talk. Rebecca wants to talk to Therabob. Therabob says that the final straw for him was the CBS Paramount debacle. Still, but he still can't read the comments. I'm reading the comments. The temperature, I didn't look. It looks like it's already at 90. It looks like it's 90. Doesn't feel like it's 90. I'm sorry, you guys. I'm sorry for. Did you see Taylor Swift got married? I think every celebrity ever was there. Important news. Who cares? I mean, I hope they all got together and they figured how to get rid of Trump, as if they're also powerful in that industry. You would think that our entertainers and Taylor Swift's her popularity and support, they would be able to, maybe they're doing something behind the scenes, putting their own money out to match Donald Trump's people putting money out for bad. Maybe Taylor Swift and Kelsey and that whole group will put money out for good. Aggie said she had raccoons. Relaxing music's busting my balls, but she's okay. That's okay. She's saying, Jerry, did you see the speech? Jerry, did you see the speech that the new mayor of New York did? It was incredible. He laid it all out. No, but I want to watch that today, Diane Ramos. Thank you for bringing that up. Gerard, what's the temperature today? I'm going to get up and go look. I'm sorry for not reading the comments more quickly. I'm going to be here for another 2 hours. The storm came yesterday. My clothes were out. I threw them all in the hamper or the bucket there, and so they all wouldn't blow away. So this morning I had to get out and I dumped all these wet clothes out and I had to rehang them up. So I wash my robes. Anyway, Jerry, shut up. We want to see what temperature it is. God. I'll show you so you can see it correctly. Just under 90 degrees. It's 90 degrees. And it does not feel like it's 90. You guys, this is so weird. It does not feel like it's 90 degrees. I'm telling you. It feels like it's 80. Even 78. It's very pleasant out. I don't know how this says 90. I don't know how that is happening. This is one of my favorite things. My dad put this up for my mom. Well, my friend Steve and I, we put these poles up because my parents bought the house. My mom wanted a clothesline. My mom has always had a clothesline every place we've lived. And this home was no exception. They've been over here. They were here. My mom and dad lived here. They enjoyed this house for almost 23 years before my dad passed away. Anyway, this is the clothesline. And these things are nice. When the clothesline gets too heavy, it can sag, right? So this little nifty device, because they know the clothesline has two ropes because it's going and coming, right? They came up with this idea. Look. Pretty cool, right? Simple. Give it some support. I'm going to show you how much little bird food I have. And I'm going to fill the bird feeders. Hopefully you guys can... I hope I don't lose... Well, someone's getting mad at me because I'm not reading enough. So let me get back in the pool and just read. I'm going to read what you guys have to say. Titan Brew was saying too much negativity. Was I being too negative? If I was, I didn't mean to be. I don't know what was Titan saying was my Titan said to Aggie, it's too much negativity. What was that? Again, if it was me, I apologize. So it's 90 degrees here in South Jersey. It doesn't feel like 90 degrees. I'm sitting in the backyard at my mom and dad's home, my mom's home. This is the pool. It's an above ground pool. It's 15 feet wide and 30 feet long. It's not deep. It's only like, 3.5 feet. But oh, it's nice to cool off. So I'm going to continue going down. Sarah Bob asked me what the temperature was. This lady's been saying, he doesn't read comments. He doesn't read comments. I'm like, oh my God, she's making me feel... Margie, he's on TikTok. I got to find him. I bought him for, I want another life sentences. Anyway. I bought him, brought it back here and sent it to their country. It's a standoff now with Donald Trump. There's a guy that's supposed to be, I want him back here. And Donald Trump, the judge says, I want him back here. And Donald Trump said no. So we're at a crossroads right now that he's belligerently denying or ignoring or what's the word? Not adhering to orders of the court. So what happens? I said this before, and I hope it happens. Who enforces the orders of the court? The U.S. Marshal Service, just like Tommy Lee Jones. They're a separate group. Stay hydrated. It looks like you ought to top off. So Soul to Life says, do not talk about the orange guy because we're only giving him energy. So I have to agree. We've thrown enough. We know what an asshole he is. So, that's why I try to talk about other things. He had to know that wasn't Roosevelt. He had to know that it wasn't live. Come on. PG says divide and conquer doesn't work on people who know about it. Well, they're certainly dividing us. I told you my analogy on what's used. Did you guys see Revenge of the Nerds? The movie Revenge of the Nerds? Who came to the rescue in that movie? Who was the heroes of that movie? In Revenge of the Nerds, who were the true heroes? Lambda, Lambda, Lambda. That group of guys. That's what we have in this country right now. We have what's called the NFL. Lambda, Lambda, Lambda. They need to stand up and be our Lambda, Lambda, Lambda. The NFL has to say, this is some bullshit. I'm not playing, coach. We all need to take a knee. What do you think? They're going to replace everybody? They need to get their shit together. And Donald Trump was talking about not long ago having a draft. Right? Did he not say he was going to have a draft? Until they said, and that was short-lived because he was telling everybody saying, "Oh, really? You're going to have Barron go in? He's going to enlist? That's what they're going to want." So he dropped it. But he was talking about having a draft. If he had a draft, some of the NFL players would have to go to war. So, since that's not the case right now, the NFL players need to stand up for us. In my mind, there are Lambda, Lambda, Lambda. I want to see the speech that Aggie and everybody's talking about. The mayor of New York. The more they hate him, he's a good guy. I like what I've seen and what I've heard. But Aggie's saying he did a remarkable speech. I listened to Rebecca. I saw the president of South Africa speak too. And Rebecca's telling us, she goes, I love the president of South Africa talking to the press with the president and saying it wasn't true. And he's flashing those pictures. And he was so humble, yet him saying it's not true. Donald Trump thinks he can talk over, through, and around anybody and to put up with this stupid shit. And everybody does because they're benefiting from him. It's like having a bunch of rogue assholes with a drunk captain at the helm. I gotta do what you want. Do you know what I'm saying? Here, Mr. President, sign this. What am I signing? Oh, don't worry about it. Rebecca's telling us there's a cruise that goes through the Panama Canal, but going to be more than an economy cruise. Good. I would love to go on a nicer... Rebecca, let's talk about that. I would love to do that. Vietnam and Thailand. So if it goes through Panama, it's going to go through the Panama Canal. That would be cool. And then it's going to go through the Gulf of Mexico, through Panama Canal, and then we're going to head out in the Pacific, and we're going to head to Vietnam and Thailand. That would be fucking terrific. I would love that. That would be very cool. Because I heard at night on the ocean, they turn the lights in the ship off or, dim. And you're out in the middle of the ocean. There's no ambient light. And you could see every star in the universe. Like, you can see them. I heard I would love to do that. It's funny how people critique you. They'll call you a loser, a liberal loser, and all that shit. Remain your authentic selves, people. Don't change for these fucking assholes. Don't put on any airs. Be true to yourself. People hate people that are comfortable in their own skin. The Jackson 5. Oh, we're all that far back? Damn. Someone's talking. Okay. Peaceful Slaw says, as someone who is on a palliative care to palliative comes from the Latin, I believe, palliare, which is to cloak, to cover. So palliative care is designed to just cover your basic needs, meaning you're not doing any outstanding medical intervention to try to correct or change anything. So this person's saying, as someone who is on palliative care, I need certain meds. And being on disability, that's an issue in itself. Then I have cats that I won't leave behind. I know that sounds funny to some. Everybody needs to be heard, man. I'm glad that people talk about their problems on here. The Groveland 4 in Florida awarded $4 million, a disgrace. Look up the story. Rebecca's telling us to look up a story called the Groveland 4 in Florida. They were awarded. Rebecca, can you tell us more about it? You guys are talking about addictions. Bill Madman, listen to what Bill said. Bill said, you are the best morning show on YouTube. I appreciate your support for our government and the leadership. Abby says, morning, everyone. We are all still here. Thank you, Jesus, for another day of life. Just passing through. Have a great day and stay safe. Blessings to all on here. You're funny and cool. And that is from Abby Sacred Crow. That's so cool. Crows are cool animal. Crows are amazing. I said earlier I want to get some dog food and become friends with some of the crows. And she's calling herself a sacred crow. And her name is Abby. Abby Sacred Crow. It's a nice message. Not just she says that I'm funny, but she says, morning, everyone. We are all still here. Thank you, Jesus, for another day of life. Just passing through. Have a great day and stay safe. True. Have a great day and stay safe. Yo, fireworks are very dangerous. I have some. Never hold them in your hand. You have to 80% of it's setting it up correctly. 90% setting it up correctly. 95% of it is setting it up correctly. Lighting it is a simple thing, right? Lighting it is simple. You got to set it up correctly so you just light it and you get your ass out. Don't ever hold it in your hands. Have you seen the advertisement for people? They have on video. There's a lot of clips of people holding something and poof, and they're like, ah, my God, and their hands are like, all messed up. Their fingers are going like in every direction. It's like, oh my God, dumb. Don't do it. And think about this. When we did 4th of July, we walked around with little pieces of the sun in our hands. Sparklers. That was like this heated, molten. I mean, those were dangerous when you think about it. And we're like running around and shit. It's a whole dangerous time. It really is. You got to be very careful. I don't think I would let kids run around with sparklers today. I mean, that's a lot of responsibility. You know, I don't know. Therabob says, if you were Amish, you could start a puppy mill. I am so behind on this discussion because I talked about that a few minutes ago. But again, I'm not going anywhere, and I'm not going to skip anybody. If I was Amish, I could start a puppy mill. Oh. Man, when he looks at himself, he must be like a fucking mess. Rebecca's saying, Trump's hair is a long piece that comes from the back and then swirls to the front and goes back. Can you imagine out of the shower, orange-faced snowflake body and a 4-foot piece of... That's what I'm saying. He's like, it has to be like, kind of like, wait. If it starts here, it must be like a big flop right here. He must like have this flop of hair. Right? You guys are talking about neck pain. Boron. You guys are taking... I don't know about boron. We have 69 people with us right now. We've been on for 1 hour and 12 minutes. This is an anti-MAGA platform, and for the rest of the summer, this is where I'll be. In the pool, early in the morning, listening to the birds. Tracy Von Broad says they had a storm. So Tracy's in Michigan. That's a unique place. All those lakes up there, a lot of water up there. I bet there's a lot of mosquitoes in Michigan. So Tracy said they had a storm also in Michigan, and it cooled everything down to 72 degrees. It rained torrentially here yesterday in New Jersey, and it feels very nice right now. Like there's not a lot of humidity. Is that funny? There's not a lot of humidity in the air because it's all in the earth now, right? Duh, rain. Just trying to figure things out in my head. Tracy Von Brock, thank you for saying hi, honey. It has been really hot in Michigan, she's telling us. Jenna's saying they had a big storm pass through Pennsylvania, and she got some pics of a double rainbow. Tracy's telling Bella good morning. Yeah, but they didn't make a sport out of it. Rebecca's saying President Obama quietly deported over 2 million, and he built many detention centers. It's on record. Look it up. Yeah, but it wasn't built by his billionaire friends. It was built by each state that got the contract. It wasn't a sport, and there were professionals out there going for specific people, not just... They did their research before they went and took these people. I believe. I think the way Obama handles everything is much more tasteful and correct than Donald Trump. Jenna, awesome. You should share it on the community post on Jerry's channel. I have a there's posts on my channel? What do I got to do to... I didn't know that. What do I have to look on the computer to look at that stuff? Is Jonathan talking about his dogs? Yeah, they are. They're talking about dogs. Rebecca's... I'm going to tell you the truth. I love dogs. I had a dog. His name was Lucky, and he died. And I wasn't... my mom had him put to sleep because he had the mange. He had a terrible infection. And I was away at Boy State when she had him put to sleep. And I felt Lucky call out to me. I called home right away. Mom, is Lucky all right? And she had just had him put to sleep. She goes, yeah. Why? I said, I don't know. I just had this feeling. And it was Lucky calling out to me. I know he was. I mean, that was probably scary when they gave him that injection. I wasn't there. But I love dogs. But when I see people walking on the beach with their dog, this big fucking dog, lovely dog, and I see they have a bathing suit on and a t-shirt, and I don't see them having any plastic bags in their hand, I wonder, where's that dog going to take a shit? I'm just saying, and I love dogs, but I mean, clean up their shit, people. You know what I'm saying? Don't be a lazy ass. So that's the only reason I resent when I'm not so thrilled about dogs all the time, because even, I'm going to tell you something. For people that don't pick up their own dog shit frequently enough, flies form, right? And the flies are on the dog shit, and then they fly around the neighborhood, and they come in your backyard and land on your fucking piece of watermelon. Okay? Bon appetit. Shit. I mean, even if your neighbor, they have dogs, you hope they pick up their dog shit. Because if your house was within 50 feet, those flies are going to come over and find you. I'm just saying, you got to be responsible when you have a dog. Anyway. Peaceful Sloth said, he said in a speech he totally believed he was speaking to Teddy Roosevelt. I saw that, but I thought it was, I thought he was being even funny for himself. He didn't know it was animatronic, whatever. I can't believe that. Goldilocks, I don't think I got 30 grams. I had an egg sandwich, Jimmy Dean, 2 minutes in the microwave. I think it has, I want to say 14 grams of protein. I'll get it down. I got to go buy some whey protein mix. I'm going to go to tomorrow when the stores open up again. I'm going to go to either the vitamin shop or somewhere, and I'm going to buy some whey protein. And since it's summertime, I think I'm going to get vanilla. And my mom will be a pain in the butt when it comes to using the blender. I know how she is. I might just start using a blender downstairs. She won't even know. If I use a blender upstairs, I don't know where I'm going to do it. She'll go apeshit if it's in her sink or if it's in her kitchen. And if I do it in the mudroom, she'll be up my yam. So I don't know. Jerry, you're 62 years old. You can't use a blender? Oh, my God. My mom will be right on top of me. She likes to do the blending. She used to make my dad, when he was alive, and me, and her, she used to make a shake every 2 days, and it used to last 2 days. And she'd make a new batch, and she put whey protein in it, ice, kale, which that was a thing a few years ago, a banana sometime. No, not a banana. Blueberries. Oh, she had frozen fruit. She would put frozen fruit from the freezer. Strawberries, blueberries. Anyway, it was a nice drink. But I have to focus on my getting that protein stuff together. Goldilocks, you're a sweetheart. Jonathan, our babies were set for 22 on our live bird, 2 weeks short, 20. We are blessed. Elena McCullum's coming straight out saying Trump is a pedophile. And he is. Barry Gibbs said, so do it, man. I don't know what that means. I forget what I was saying. See, when you guys make a statement or comment, there's a delay. Just know that. It doesn't come up right fast. Peaceful Sloth is sharing with us. Listen, It's not a bad thing. We could talk about everything, but there's people on here who are suffering. And Peaceful Sloth says there's no cure for what she has, or he has. He has CRPS. I don't know what that is. CRPS. Chronic respiratory Papa syndrome. I don't know what. I don't know. I'm guessing. He has CRPS, MCAS. Again, myocardial something. I don't know what that is. Ehlers-Danlos and 2 judge non-healing wounds. I do get opioids and I'm dependent but not addicted. So many of us are being punished because we were... Can I tell you something? Those opioids are bad business. If you're taking opioids and you say, I'm not addicted, I get it. Your pain's so great. You're just probably just right there. But that's a slippery slope. Percocets, OxyContin, all that shit. People take it and they get addicted. And the doctors for the past 2 decades have been very, very far too liberal in their writing prescriptions for controlled substances. It has fucked a lot of people's up. It has ruined a lot of lives. Not you, Peaceful Sloth. This isn't you. I'm just, for every message, there should be some sort we take from it. I'm sorry for your situation. But for anybody else who has a doctor willing to prescribe them that shit, think twice. Heating pads, ice, Tylenol, or Advil, depending on what your ailment is. I take an Advil when I'm feeling sore. Okay, Christy says, give the crows an egg. Friends for life. So I'm catching up. I talked about crows 10 minutes ago. Peaceful Sauce says, any kind in your family, then you have a higher risk of addiction. But some Shamrock Farms protein shakes, they make a 50-30 milligram protein shake. They're really good. Comes in chocolate and strawberry. I would like that. Thank you, Peaceful Sloth. I know you. I'm going to continue reading everything, and I'm here with you. I'm just saying sometimes I got to stop talking because it really is so peaceful out. So now and then I'll stop. But I think I'm catching up because Christy's my girlfriend in Ottawa, Canada. Her call sign is Curls. She said to give crows an egg. We got eggs. I got eggs in the refrigerator, in the garage too. I'm coming up with a plan in my head. Where am I going to put the egg, depending on where they are? And do I do 1 egg, 2 eggs? Do they share? Usually crows are together, You're gonna have, it's going to be like 3 or 4 eggs. But they'll spot them that easier, probably. Christy, I am going to do that. I'm going to put eggs out for the crows. Oh. Rebecca's talking about Trump being on the Howard Stern show. That was cringy, it's creepy. If you don't think that Donald Trump is a pig, you would be wrong. Rebecca says she gets vanilla whey protein, buttercream frosty flavor. I bet that sounds nice. I'm going to get some. Chronic regional pain syndrome. Oh, chronic regional pain. Mast cell active. Jesus. Oh. Yo, Peaceful Sloth. There's a percentage of people like you who cannot function without those medications. I would say your biggest problem would be constipation. So I would say that Colace is a part of your daily routine. You got to have a stool softener, and you should have a diet high in fiber if you are taking opioids every day. That's it. Hydration, fiber, because you will get constipated, correct? So yeah, me talking about addiction and slippery slope, That's for the rest of us that don't have that shit. Oh, well, I hurt my hip. Well, my back was bothering me, so my doctor wrote me a prescription. I was having headaches, and so he said that. Listen, you don't want to go down that slope, people. You do not want to accept a prescription for Percocets. Don't do it unless you're really fucked up. You've just got to come out of the OR and they have a set time, which is cool. Take it as ordered. When you have your appendix removed or a hernia repair, whatever the freak, short term is fine. Anything over 2 weeks, no, you're going to be addicted. As strong as you think you are, when you take an OxyContin and start feeling that very lovely, not a problem in the world, I just took an OxyContin, this is fucking great, oh my God, let's go for a road trip, I don't care about anything, life, oh my God, life is so great. It makes you feel really good. It's easy to get cooked on that shit. Oxycodone, OxyContin, Percocets, all that shit. Unless you're really messed, have a situation and multiple things like peaceful sloth. But Howard Stern, I've never been a fan of his. Wow, I caught up to everybody. Damn. So I did catch up. Good. I thought I was way, way behind with you guys. Shit. Gee. So, good morning. We've been on for 1 hour, 26 minutes, and 41 seconds. I am in South Jersey. There's Orca. He's always such a ham. He's always in the picture. He's a riot, that guy. I love the bird that's going beep, 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 beep. What bird does that? Chrissy's going to go, Jerry, I've told you a dozen times, download the app called Merlin. I remember the app. There's an app called Merlin. I'm going to download that today. It's supposed to tell you what I guess it listens to the birds, and it tells you what bird it is making that sound. And I like the one that goes, boop, 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 boop. I always thought Bob Weiss, they sounded kind of like, boop, 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 boop. This would be a nice backyard to put a bunch of tents if you wanted to camp. Because even right now, it's like probably, what is it, almost 9 a.m.? And there's still plenty of shade in the yard, which, in the morning, if, I don't know, when you've camped, you don't want to wake up to sun in your freaking face. It's a pain in the ass. So it's nice to wake up when there's shade. I'm going to be honest with you, looking over the past 2 weeks, the proudest I have felt as an American citizen is the opening of the museum, Barack Obama and his wife. I have not felt the sense of peace and pride and comfort since in a long time, and I'm grateful that Michelle Obama is the woman she is. Like I love her. I love Michelle Obama. I love Barack Obama. Not many people could pull off what he had to pull off, deal with all the shit he had to deal with, and he still did a terrific job. And the numbers don't lie. So if there's any people talking shit, you might as well just crawl back under your rock. If there's going to be any face on Mount Rushmore, it should be Barack Obama. Sorry. It's the truth. I wouldn't have health care if it wasn't for Barack Obama. A lot of Americans would have died without Affordable Health Care Act. Excuse me, Mr. Duck. We'd like to get an interview with you. Well, I saw your last movie. It was very intriguing. How is things going in Hollywood? And what are you doing here in New Jersey? Vacationing? He doesn't want to talk. He's acting like he doesn't know we're coming to talk to him. So it's a nice morning here in South Jersey. I got clothes hanging on the clothesline, drying. I'm in the pool. I'm blessed that my mom is healthy. She wants to clean my dad's office today. I don't want to have to, but she's going to make me. Jerry, you said you helped me clean Dad's office. She wants to move. My mom, when she cleans a room, it's not clean unless she moves all the furniture in the room. I swear to God, if you were blind and if you lived in my house growing up, you would hit your shins and shit on something every week because my mom moved furniture all the time. Did you have a mother like that? She always rearranged every 2 weeks it was a different layout. Like, what are you, bored? Jesus. But when she cleans, she feels like it's not clean unless you move shit. Unless you move things. So my mom's going to have me in my dad's office today. I'm already dreading it. In fact, I think I got to go up there and get some of my stuff out of the way so she doesn't start throwing shit away. Oh, my God. Anyway. I'm going to start. You guys are... I think I caught up before. I don't want to lose track of what you're talking. Rebecca's talking about her mom. I want to hear about it. Excuse me while I get some water from my copper pitcher that's sweating from the ice cubes I had in here. You know who used to drink out of copper? The pharaohs. Anyway, man, good morning. There's 56 people on with us right now, which is pretty cool, right? We're averaging like 60 all the time. Sugar Plum says, Trump's not talking about having his face on Mount Rushmore again, is he? He wants his face everywhere. He has it on passports now. I'm glad I got my passport before his stupid ass is on it. I would be pissed off. If I had a passport and had Trump's name, I would be fucking... I wouldn't like that. And it's not valid if you ripped it out. They'd be like, this is an aisle. Where's Donald Trump? And he has coins. He wants a coin with his face on it, too. President Obama is a remarkable man. He's a great guy. He's a natural leader. He's very intelligent. Listen to him speak. He's coherent. He's concise. He's human. He's empathetic. He's knowledgeable. He's witty. Have you heard anything witty come out of Donald Trump's mouth? No. Witty, insightful, kind, empathetic, strong, confident. You know, when you have empathy towards others, that says a lot about you. Okay? It means that you have compassion and you have a good heart, right? Donald Trump doesn't give a shit about anybody but himself. Anybody. I mean, would you have your daughter, that poor kid, his oldest daughter is so messed up in the head. She's so fucking confused. And my son, and we came across this island and it was like, oh my God, we walked barefoot all day. And shut your ass. He's just a liar like her father, but she can't help it. I mean, when she was a kid, what did he have her do? Modeling? She looked ridiculous. Did you see her modeling when she was 12, 13? Ugh. Weird hair and shit. Stupid dresses. I mean, it was doofy. You think you'd have her learning Tai Chi or some shit and learning how to speak French. You know, if you had any class, sweetheart, listen, I want you to be able to protect yourself. You really should be multilingual. I want you to do good things out in the world. And, you know, it wouldn't be hurt to speak Spanish and French. Let's start there, shall we? And the boys, his sons, they don't even lift weights. They don't do shit. If I was a Trump kid, I would learn how to throw, I'd be like a nunchuck. You think you'd be Billy Badass. I mean, those kids are so doofy. All of them are doofy. Not one of them would you want on your team. You wouldn't. They would be the last to be picked. I mean, they're just fucking doofy. You'd pick Barron to be on your team, maybe to go out for a pass now and then, or if you're playing basketball, give him the ball when he under the basket. But he's turned into an asshole. Oh my gosh! But anyway, Tony DiCaprio. Who doesn't love a guy named Tony DiCaprio? Who the hell are you going to ask when shit's going down? Tony DiCaprio! Yo, Tony, did you hear what happened? What are we going to do about it? I don't know. What exactly happened? Tony DiCaprio. Must be from Italy, perhaps. But he said, I've heard that Obama is perfect. Is it true? I'm not American, by the way. Titan just talking about a lawsuit. I missed that. The full class action was over 300 million. Wow. What did Patrick say? I'm missing some shit. I got to pan up to pan down. Okay, panning down. I'm at, Therabob said that Howard Stern and Donnie were a good match. I got to that. Therabob, thank you, Rebecca. There is absolutely an appropriate use of opioids. Absolutely. People need them. But there's a lot of people that caught up in that fucking cycle, is what I'm saying. Why do you think there's a heroin epidemic? Because the opioids became an epidemic. There's an appropriate use of opioids. I've had to take them when I had my appendix taken out. What else? I had a hernia repair. Yeah. It's not a good thing. This is not an argument. I'm not saying people are all addicts because they take but the doctors do prescribe very liberally, and you gotta watch. You're 3 months in taking opioids, you're not gonna want to not take them anymore. And when the prescription ends, and it will, what are you gonna do? I'll tell you what you're going to do. You're going to take the train into Camden, New Jersey at 5 a.m., find yourself a mule, which is a person that goes and gets you heroin that doesn't have fentanyl in it. You find yourself a mule, you gain their trust, they gain your trust, you give them $100, and they go buy you 10 little dime packets of heroin. And that's how you live. You do 2 right there, you give them 2 for being your mule, and you go home with 6. And you get through the rest of the day snorting or shooting up heroin. That's your life. And you know who does that? Judges, policemen, teachers, construction workers, moms, dads. Everybody. There's such an addiction out there. It's because of opioids. And I'll talk this all day. Therabob, I'm not going to argue with that there's not an appropriate use. Certainly there is. But that percentage is very small. Very small. You can't prescribe they're prescribing things to people that they know there's going to be an end. Well, your back's puckering you. Okay, well, try these Percocets or try these OxyContin. And then when that prescription ends, what are you going to do? You're addicted. You're going to go buy heroin. That's what happens. What happened to you? How did you wind up on the streets like this? Jesus, you're a good-looking girl. What happened? Well, I was in a car accident like 3 years ago, and I started taking OxyContin, and I just got hooked. So now I'm just on the streets. And well, are you a prostitute? Yes, I do that, and I just I'm trying to get better. It's fucking terrible what's out there. Who makes money off the opioids? Donald Trump's friends. All the people that own Merck, Glaxo Wellcome, Bristol Myers, Johnson and Johnson. You name all the pharmaceutical companies, all this shit. They make money. Thank you, Shalane. She says a lot of people start on Percocet and end up on heroin. Jonathan knows that. But Therabob's cool. It's good to have different points of view. Just as true as a statement is there is absolutely an inappropriate right. So shut up, Therabob. You're making me go in circles now. There's a lot of good and bad everywhere. But there's a lot of bad. Titan says he was an original plaintiff in a lawsuit against Purdue Pharma, the maker of OxyContin. That stuff should never have been prescribed. It should not. And Titan is an upstanding man. He grew up in Massachusetts. He's educated. He has a life down in South Florida. He has a wife. He has children. He has grandchildren. So he's an upstanding citizen. And they gave him OxyContin. And it's easy to get addicted. My father was funny. My dad didn't believe in smoking pot. My dad was straight-laced. This is the 70s and 80s. Gerard, don't you think maybe I would like to try that? But I don't do it because I might like it. I thought that was the most honest statement. And I respected my father so much for that. My dad liked to have beer, bring home a six-pack of Budweiser Tall Boys on Fridays. That's as crazy as my father got. Friday night, beer. Saturday, no. Maybe he'd go out to dinner with my mom, have a drink out at dinner if they went out. Sunday was at church. Monday, he went to work. But my dad said to me, Gerard, don't you think, everybody would like to smoke that shit, that stuff? You don't think that everybody, but you know why you don't do it? I don't do it because I might like it. I don't want to get hooked on anything, Jared. Very honest statement, Daddy. And for Titan, he was involved in a lawsuit. People's lives were ruined. Why do you think there's a lawsuit? Patrick Hill says he's clean from fentanyl since August 12, 2025. Congratulations, Patrick. That deserves this. Usually I put this when this is 528 hertz. It's a good frequency. It's supposed to heal your cells and make you feel good. But I ring it to give you guys love and to acknowledge people from other countries when they join us, and to acknowledge some people have family that's dying, some people have births in their babies, and then for people like Patrick celebrating something so powerful. Fentanyl, slippery slope, all that shit. Slippery slope. Best not even get on that ride. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I've lived through the 80s. I was a doorman at a nightclub in Philadelphia. People used to tip us in cocaine. I'd have like 5 packets of cocaine. I turned to the other doorman at the end of the night and go, look. What should we do with it? I don't know. What should we do with it? Better have a few cases of beer at home if you're going to get involved with that shit. Oh my God, what's a crazy road? It's a crazy slippery slope, cocaine. I would never, ever, ever, ever do that again. Everybody that did it in college knows exactly what I mean. If you've ever done it, it's God, this is terrific. This is amazing. This shit is awesome. I can't wait to get a job. I can't wait to start making some real money when we graduate. I'm going to do this often. This is fucking great. Don't you feel great? Oh my God. Whew. I mean, it was like remarkable drug, cocaine, This shit is fucking awesome. Let's drive to Florida. Oh, fuck it. Let's drive to Alaska. All right, let's go. Oh my God, but we're all naive. You figure you're young, you're strong, you're intelligent. You're not going to get addicted to shit. Come on, we're not going to get addicted to this. We got this on lock. But you start to enjoy things too much. It's not good. How do you think Congress and Senate stay up at 1 p.m. to vote on shit while we're all in bed? Cocaine. Don't you know that's what they do? Everybody in Washington's doing blow. The whole world, Macron, they're all fucked up. The last person that was running France, he did blow. It's not good. But congratulations, Patrick. I'm very proud of you, man. Being healthy and strong, and that's the life to live. So Patrick Hill, 5392, is off fentanyl since last August. Peaceful Saw says, see, I've never had a good feeling. I live outside a small rural town. I wanted to go to the porch this morning, but my legs are in so much pain. I'm glad I found you. I have had no phone calls. Well, Peaceful Sloth, we have people on this platform that will talk to you all day. Shalane said she had a foster child that was addicted to Percocet, was up to 13 a day. Ugh. So Jeff is is Jeff a millionaire? Yo, Titan, if you're a millionaire, man, I'm coming down next week. No. Yo, if you're a millionaire, Titan down, I'm definitely coming down. William Santiago is saying you're so full of shit. I want him to tell me what you think I'm saying full of shit. My mom always said when you have real pain, you don't get a high feeling because it goes to the pain source. Didn't I see this? Am I rereading the same shit? The same stuff? Rebecca's saying, look at what happened to fentanyl patches allowed for cancer patients in severe pain taken off the market due to abuse of street versions. Can I tell you, we had an aide. This happens often. If you see one of your staff members acting awkward, a little too manic, I've had that happen, and I initiated having them looked at by another nurse, and sure enough, this one aide that we had like 7 fentanyl patches stuck to her skin, and what she would do is, the nurses are really supposed to take that fentanyl patch and get rid of it. They throw it away when they apply a new patch. Some nurses feel too comfortable with their staff, and they'll allow their staff to remove fentanyl patches while they're washing the patient, doing their morning care. Well, some aides, they're having a hard life. Who knows what kind of home life they're living? They're struggling. They want to feel good. So some aides will get caught into taking the person's fentanyl patch off and putting it on themselves. Getting a little buzz. 3-4 patients in, the patch is kind of worn, but not 100%. So they have I said one maid had 8 patches on her. Yeah, so the nurses, you got to be diligent in documenting where the fuck that patch is. You can't just say, oh, where's the patch? I'm replacing the patch. Where's the old patch? Oh, I gave her a bed bath. I got rid of it. Oh, okay. You can't go, oh, okay. You got to be cautious. Bob's talking about an ailment called reflex sympathy dystrophy. Chris J, don't even get me. Who's talking about, you're right, Diane? What did Diane say? Shit, I missed stuff. Talking about kids playing sports. I can talk about that shit all day. Oh, Diane Ramos says, Jerry, Trump's kids have never broken a sweat. I'd never pick on them. I wouldn't trust them. I wouldn't take directions of them going across the street. Those kids are so self-serving, and they're so stupid. And this fucking symbol. I like to just... Rhonda says your haircut looks nice. Oh, thanks. How many times were you attacked as a psych nurse? I flipped some guy on the ground. He came at me with a table. And that was a freaking... I pulled my back, but I picked him and the table up. And I put them down. That was scary. Psych patients, they can go a little crazy. I was briefly in that realm. I think psych nurses are fucked up in their own right, honestly. Chris J says, if I had money and kids, I'd have them in language lessons and teaching them skills. You know, you guys, even in school, it's very oppressive. I see kids that are homeschooled. I got to give credit to the parents. The kids, they found that kids that are homeschooled are more socially capable than average kids their age, because they speak to adults, they talk to other children. You'd have your kids reading Catcher in the Rye, Iliad and Odyssey. I heard that's a must read. I haven't read that all the way through myself. Grapes of Wrath, Robert Frost, poems. You'd have them getting dirty, going outside. They know how to start a fire, how to start a campfire, how to keep things safe. They would know first aid. They would know how to swim. They would know the basics to automobile. They would know how to do laundry. They know how to fold laundry. They could be more well-rounded than you realize. I mean, there's a lot of downtime in our public school system. Kids sitting in line, waiting in line, fucking, it's terrible. And the lunches that we feed kids in our school system, it should be outlawed. You don't know how bad it is until you've had you see kids eating hot dogs with a big pile of fucking carrots. No one's touching those carrots, but they came in a big industrial can, and that's how they cook now in schools. They don't cook the way they used to cook for us. When I was a kid, there would be 9 women in the cafeteria, all wearing white nylons, white shoes, white dresses, white hairnets. Cooking, stirring, checking the oven, cutting things up. I mean, we ate good school lunches when I was a kid, and I feel so bad for these kids today because their lunches are shit. Peanut butter and jelly, those little round things, or Doritos and Cheetos and hot dogs and hamburgers and slices of pizza. It's all shit in our school system in America. But Chris J, I agree with you. I would have my kids learning language. If you had your daughter, your kids, my dad had us all taking judo. My little sister, little kimono on, or oh. That is a Lockheed C-17 Globemaster. That is the aircraft that replaced the aircraft I flew on when I was in the reserve, the C-141. That's a C-17. And it flew right over the house. I think they know we're here. I'm just saying. I can think that if I want. I can't stand Oprah Winfrey. I can't. Rebecca's talking about, I remember seeing President Obama and Oprah and her talking about him possibly being president. He had experience in Chicago, and he was a very astute student. He knew the law, and he had his own moral turpitude to start running for office, and he was very appealing. Oh my God, am I that behind? No, let me see. Tracy's, we all do foolish things, but drugs can keep you doing foolish things that can ruin your life, and it's hard road out. I admire anyone with the strength to quit. Sugar Plum, I agree. Chris J says, we had nurses pocketing diazepam at my hospitals. I gave a lot of diazepam when I was working in Trenton. A lot of gunshots. Peaceful Sloth says he lives in a lake community. It's crazy down here in the summer because I never have the same nurse. I keep my meds locked up in a box because I have seen exactly what you're talking about with those patches. Nurses are the biggest culprit of abusing drugs because A, they think they can control, they can handle it. They can't. And B, the access that you have to medications. I love that you guys all get along. I really do. I really do. Whoa, Peaceful Sloth, Jesus. Lisa says she agrees that she'll be 70 in August, and the lunches in her school were awesome. It's a different world. I was a CNA, retired now. Very cool, Lisa. I'm a retired RN. I'm a retired nurse. I love the string beans that we used to when I was a kid, like when I was in school, we had nice pizza. You'd have a salad with it, some applesauce. They'd have lasagna. They'd have chicken noodle soup, hoagies. It was a mix of stuff. Like the ladies really, we had cornbread, chili with a salad. I mean, the women genuinely cared about us. And how did you not love those women? I would see them years later at my local Acme when I was going, go grocery shopping. I would see the women from the cafeteria at the store. I always gave them a hug and a kiss. And they would recognize me because I was always the happy, husky kid that was happy to be fed. I always loved this cafeteria women. Always. And my friends, I would come back to my table and lunch, and my friends would go, damn, Doran, did you get a double? Thinking I got a double portion. I go, no, because I treat them with respect. You guys are assholes. That's why my platter looks more full. Oh, they gave you that much? Yeah, because I say thank you. Yes, ma'am. Yes, thank you. That would be great. Not, yeah, give me, I'll take some of that. I mean, do you ever, even today, when I go into a Subway or a Jersey Mike's or it doesn't matter, any restaurant, how you speak to people that are serving you food says a lot about you. And I hate hearing people say, yeah, give me I'll take no, I don't feel like that. No, don't do that. You know what you do? You know what you say to the cafeteria people when you're going through the cafeteria and they're feeding your ass? Great. Thank you. That'll be great. No, that looks wonderful. Thank you, ma'am. Yes. Yes. Thank you. Yes. Great. Thank you. You don't tell them extra shit. Well, I don't want this, but don't give me too many string beans or just shut the fuck up. Let them serve you and shut up. Stupid asses. The way people talk to people is ridiculous. I can't stand some of my own friends. I wouldn't hang out with them. They're too mouthy. And they sat at my table. I was most congenial in high school, meaning I was the most friendly. My class voted me most congenial, but I can count my friends on one hand, less than one hand. I don't mind being by myself. I'd be friends with everybody, but who you let close to you, can't let assholes close to you. Yeah, give me a... Anyway, I always came back. I always looked like I had a lot of food because the ladies, I was genuinely, enthusiastically happy to be fed. There's no airs. You're going through with your freaking tray. You're like, Hi. Yes, ma'am. No, that looks great. That looks great. Thank you. No, I'll take some of that. Sure, great. If you don't want it when you get back to the table, don't eat it. But don't give them a hard time. Just say yes, thank you, wonderful, looks wonderful, great. Yeah, I'll take two. Fuck. Nah, I don't. I don't understand people. I really don't. Chris J says, I know it sounds bad, but I think we should have kids working more around the house, cleaning yard work. Yo, my mom taught me how to clean a bathroom when I was in 8th grade, 7th grade. Was it? No, fucking before that. I was doing it at McGuire Air Force Base. I was in 5th grade. I was 10. And my mom showed me how to clean a bathroom. Jared, come here. I want to show you something. Took me into the bathroom. She goes, now listen, whenever you clean a bathroom, you get everything out of the bathroom. Everything. So we took everything out. The soap, the shampoo, the washcloth, the towels, the mats, the toothbrushes, the toothpaste. You get everything out of the bathroom. That my mom said, that's first. Then, if the shower curtain needs to be replaced, I'll replace it. If it doesn't, you put it together and you flip it over the metal rod. Okay, Ma, got it. Bathroom empty, shower curtain good, wrapped around the rod. Then you sweep. You sweep everything together. You sweep, you sweep, you sweep. You might have a little thing of hair and dust and shit. Then you get a toilet paper and you get that and you throw that in the trash. You've got all the big dust out. Now you comet the tub. You comet the sink. You comet the toilet. Comet, comet, comet. Scrub, scrub, scrub. Wash, wash, wash. That's what we did then. Comet. Then after you comet the tub, the sink, the toilet, after those have been cometed, you get the bucket and you fill it with warm water and some Pine Sol. Now you wipe down the tub. You wipe down the sink. You wipe down the toilet. You clean the rag off each few wipes and wring it. And then you work your way out of the bathroom like you're a CSI investigator trying to clean up a crime scene. You don't leave anything behind. And you work your way out of the bathroom on your knees until the bathroom is all wiped down and wet and you've worked your way out. Now you wait 20 minutes, a half an hour. Everything's dry. Now you put fresh towels back in. You put a fresh toothpaste. You put a fresh, clean, you empty the waste space. Everything's nice. That's how you clean a bathroom. My job as a kid, when I was 10 years old, every Saturday, I'm the oldest kid, I had to clean a bathroom. Either a half bath or the full bath. Switched it every Saturday. My job was a bathroom. And I can tell you what, I can clean a bathroom really well, but as a kid, I didn't mind that sense of responsibility that my mom was giving me to clean the bathroom. I live here. I'm the oldest kid. My mom's cooking, she's cleaning, she's vacuuming, she's taking care of everybody. My job's the bathroom, and it was a great feeling. So I agree with Chris. Kids should have freaking chores. It's just life. Anyway, wishing you guys a happy 4th of July. It's a heavy time. It's a heavy time in America, but we're gonna get through it together. And I think Donald Trump and his group are going to be taken down sooner than later. There's a lot that's going on in the courts that we have no idea because the media is propaganda. The media doesn't tell us the truth. That's very scary. They're very scary when the media is not telling you the truth. Oh, shit. Lisa, you're so funny. Yes, Lisa, we're just chilling. Margie saying, have a great 4th of July. Bye, sweetheart. Margie, goodbye, honey. Katrina Taylor says she loves to use bleach and pine sol and makes my house smell heavenly. Peaceful Sloth, I'm assuming is a female, is saying, I was cleaning, cooking, and all that when I was probably 8. I learned to cook before I could reach the counter. Margie's telling everybody to enjoy your day. She has 2 hours. I have things to take care of. Jeff, Chris, she's saying, Chris J, watch out for Jerry. Jeff, watch out for Jerry. Margie, you're such a sweetheart, man. I'm so grateful for your friendship. And Chris J and Jeff, if you guys got to go do something, go do it. This is how I spend my summer. This is my spot. Oh, it was so hot yesterday when I went out. I went out to Smithville. It's a creek. It's a little town outside Mount Holly. I went for a walk out there. It was so ungodly hot yesterday. I didn't eat anything. I had a few potato chips when I came home and drank a bunch of lemon water. It was so hot. Am I alone with that? Like, when it's hot, you really don't. Your appetite goes away, doesn't it? Oh, I love that she's saying this. You're so cool. Tish Lee says the lunch ladies were mothers and they took care of us with their meals. They really did. They were. I loved our lunch ladies. Are generally kind, and when they had in-school sport event, there would be all the lunch ladies along the wall supporting my son. It always touched my heart. I love lunch ladies. In fact, I wish they. I want to. If I was running for office, I would reintroduce homemade, well-prepared lunches, and maybe even get the kids involved, so they learn how to do it and learn from late moms, and pay them moms good money. They should get paid well, but they try to cut costs. Let's be honest. I've met some superintendents of schools. They're not the smartest group of fucking guys. They aren't. I don't know how the fuck they get these positions. I'm the superintendent of school. Yeah, what the fuck do you do? You don't do shit. And you're making $200,000 a year to do dick. So I think our school systems are fucked up. You should pay the cafeteria women good money and get cafeteria systems back into schools and insist on good food for our kids. Not Takis, not Doritos, not Cheetos, all that shit. Good food. Salads, applesauce, lasagna, chilies, homemade soups, homemade cornbread, French fries now and then, baked potato. Like, we had mashed potatoes in school. I'm not shitting you. We had turkey with gravy, mashed potatoes, peas, applesauce, a salad. And then if you wanted to go back, they always had these little 3-pack of cookies. Do you remember them? There was a 3-pack. One was chocolate chip and the other was oatmeal. Do you remember them? They came in packs of 3. That was a great dessert. Holy shit. With 2 little cold milks, low-fat milk, or a chocolate milk, whatever the fuck you felt like doing. We didn't even have that, but 2 milks, nice cold milk. I remember having nice cold milk in cafeteria. And do you remember those desserts when you wanted to have a cookie? They're always available. They were, I think they were 35 cents. No, our lunches were 35 cents. I think those cookies were 15 cents. Do you remember those cookies? They came in 3 packs, and it was chocolate chip or oatmeal, and they were delicious. That was a great dessert. Or we had ice cream sandwiches. Always had ice cream sandwich if you felt like an ice cream sandwich. Peaceful Sloth is saying things have changed so much in nursing, even before my injury. Food was different when we were kids in school. I agree. The way people talk to people in the food service. It's funny here. How do you not treat the people that feed you with respect and kindness? I mean, dear God. So I used to think some of the guys I went to school with were, I mean, they needed some etiquette. But see, Katrina Taylor says, Jerry, did you see the police officer pow pow the dog? What's your thoughts of it? I want to hear yours, and I will tell you mine. I did see a clip where a police officer shot a dog. And I didn't think the dog was that big of a threat. Don't people know how to handle dogs? You get it by the throat. That's how you handle a dog. Christ, everybody, any man should know that. And there's more than one dog. You got to give it your arm. If it does get your arm, shove your forearm down its throat. But the cop was a pussy. He overreacted. A lot of police shouldn't be policemen. Just like there's a lot of nurses that shouldn't be nurses. They become nurses for the wrong reason. There's a lot of doctors that become doctors. They shouldn't be doctors. They don't have... It's a status thing for many people. But there's wonderful doctors out there, don't get me wrong. But the ones that become doctors for the purpose of caring about others. But yeah, I don't think that police officer... I think he overreacted, and he was very brash. Rebecca's saying, Ellen, as parents, our main job is to teach our kids how to live and how to love by our example. I know you did well too. Can I tell you something, man? Rebecca, that's a very powerful statement, because as a kid, when you see your mom and dad happy and grateful and living clean and good, and just they love each other, you go to church on Sundays, your mom makes good food, they reprimand your ass, you get your ass beat now and then, but all in all, like, life is fucking great, right? Like, you live in a clean house. I saw this, and what it said, that the happiness of children is related to watching their parents' capacity for happiness. It's important for children to see that their parents are happy. It's a very powerful thing. So I have to agree with Rebecca. You can say all day you want your kids to be healthy and happy and thriving and eager to enjoy life and embrace the day and to have goals and to be a good person. But if you're not happy and you don't have any goals and you're not enthusiastic about life, it's hard to preach to your kids to be that way. So it makes sense for healthy kids to see your parents thrive. Like, my dad was always on his game. Like, he took care of business. He went to church every Saturday when we stopped going on Sundays. They keep on, to keep up on things. I think your parents' capacity for joy is a direct correlation to your own ability to have happiness. If they're unhappy, how the fuck are you going to be happy? Peaceful Slush says, I don't get it. I will say something now if I see someone disrespecting food. You can't. You're going to get in a fight. I've seen people, yeah, man, I'll take, I can't say shit. I'll just look at the worker and go, like, I'm with you. You peaceful sloth, don't fucking reprimand people in public. Someone's going to stab you with a fucking plastic fork right in your head. People are crazy. Peaceful sloth is saying he'll say something now if he sees someone disrespecting food service or if he sees someone being disrespectful to food service workers. I've seen it in public too, and I just don't get involved. You just can't. You just got to let the worker know that customer is an asshole. There's ways of doing that. You don't have to talk to the customer. They're going to leave still being an asshole. Jay's on his way to work. Jay, where are you working, bro? Rhonda says, we definitely eat less in the summer. We bulk up in the winter. Apple crisps. I'm trying to think what apple crisps. Oh, thank you, Tish. This is my mom and dad's home. My dad passed away 5 years ago. I moved in with my mom. I sold my home to live here with my mom 4 years ago. And my mom loves her home, so I'm happy to be here with her. I love her, my mom. And we have the lawn done every Wednesday. Oh, my mom corrected me. It's $300 a month we pay to have the lawn done. And they do it every Wednesday. So for $300, what's $300 divided by 4? $75, right? So every Wednesday, would it be worth $75 to you to have someone come mow your lawn? Yeah, right? $75 isn't. This is a big yard. And this is just the backyard. There's a big front yard. And the two side yards. It's a lot of grass. People were busting my balls a few weeks ago. Jerry, why don't you mow your own lawn? I'm like, are you shitting me? If I could spend 3 hours every week mowing the lawn, only to have to, it's daunting. And the guys, when they have these lawn services, they come in, they're like a team. You got a guy comes in, he does the weed whacking, so the guy walking around the driveway doing this trimming everything. And then right after that, you got the guy coming on the sit mower, driving. Then you got the third person coming by with the leaf blower. They're a good team, and they come in, they do it, they leave. It takes them probably half an hour, and it's $75. But it goes into the business, and it's worth it for the consumer. $75 is, if you can afford it, it's worth it to have your home. If you're going to live in a house and you have a big yard, it's nice to maintain it or have it maintained. So we do the flower beds, but the lawn service cuts the lawn. I don't cut the lawn. My dad, when we first moved here, my dad had a John Deere, and he tried being the lawn guy, and I'd come over and I would get the shavings and put them in the back and help my dad, but it's a lot of work. But thank you, Tish Lee. You're very sweet. Sugar Plum. Jerry has little nicknames for them. It's precious to see him interact with the little chipmunks. I don't like the chipmunks. They're crazy, the chipmunks. I don't know. They're wacky. I can't, when did people start becoming allergic to peanuts? I would fucking die if I couldn't eat peanuts. I fucking love peanuts. I love peanut butter. I love chunky peanut butter. Jesus, I feel so bad. How the fuck, what happened? How do people become so allergic? And then if you can't have eggs, what the hell? I'm so glad I'm not allergic to shit. Lead. I'm allergic to lead. So are we all. Whenever I always pull that out when I'm so stupid. Are you allergic? Do you have any allergies? Yeah, lead. Sometimes it goes over their head. Sometimes they get it. What's lead? Bullets are lead, you nut. Everybody's allergic to lead. Lead's bad. But I'm not allergic to shit. I could eat anything. The only thing that gets me, I'm fair skinned. If I get bit by a horsefly, forget it. Forget it. I got like a thing like this. Hey, do I have a mark? I got bit by a horsefly. Do you see anything? Jerry, I get like a big freaking welt. And I'll tell you what I'm very susceptible to is poison ivy. There's a lot of weeding that needs to be done around this house. I'm reluctant to go and pull the weeds. Because there's always poison ivy stuck somewhere in that shit. And I hate poison. Have you ever gotten poison ivy? Oh my God. And whenever I get it like anybody, I guess, from the back. I get it between my fingers and on my fingers. Do you know what it's like to have poison ivy on your hands and it's in between your fingers and you got all these little bubbles of poison ivy growing in between your fingers and it itches? It's the worst. And then don't scratch yourself down there because then you get a poison ivy down on your boy. So you can't, it's on your hands, right? So if you go like this, now it's on your neck. Then you've got, if you want to adjust yourself down there, you go and move your boy. Now you got poison ivy on your, what do you want to call it? On your ball sack. And that itches. Oh my God. And you get it down there, it's just terrible. Forget it. Forget it when you get it poison ivy in a private spot. It's the fucking worst. It's funny though, I put calamine lotion, seems to work, and a hot shower, and you put that heat on that poison ivy, it's like, oh my God. It's the best feeling. The only good thing about getting poison ivy is the hot water when it goes on it. It's like, oh my God. It's like it's like itching it, but you're not itching it. Or scratching it, but you're not scratching it. Yeah, so if you see weeds around, it's because I don't want to pick them. I don't want poison ivy, and the weeds will die. I love making comments because then I get to read everybody's shit. What did he say? Jerry, I got poison ivy on my ass once. Lisa says she never had poison ivy. Peaceful Sloth is saying there's making a soap for poison ivy. I got to go get that because it's terrible. Lisa goes, on your boy. You don't want to get poison ivy on your boy. Or your chi-chi if you're a girl. You don't want cha-cha. You don't want that poison ivy down on the choo-choo. Titan Jeff says he has a cousin that's allergic to shellfish. That's a curse as far as he's concerned. I couldn't survive without eating shrimp and lobster every once in a while. I haven't had lobster in a long time. I went to Marblehead restaurant the other day with my mom, and I had halibut. That was delicious. I had it with French fries and a salad, a chopped salad. It was a nice piece of halibut. I love fish too, Jeff. I don't know how I can't imagine being allergic to peanuts. Everything. Peanuts are probably in everything. Is that ridiculous? You can't even eat it on a plane anymore. I know. Thera Bob, where are you from, Peaceful? Yeah, Peaceful, where are you from? I think Peaceful said he was down in Texas, right? Do you believe we have 49 people with us? 49 people with us still? We've been on for 2 hours and 25 minutes. Everybody's bored on the 4th of July. Oh my God. God bless everybody's with us, man. 51 people right now. How amazing. And hey, listen, it's a heavy day in America. It's a heavy time in America. But we've got each other, and that's a lot. Oh, straight to the top. Oh, we're halfway there. Oh, living on a prayer. Living on a prayer. Oh my God, we got to stay optimistic, man. This freaking clown show has to go away. It's fucking ridiculous. There's always some heavy shit we got to worry about. Oh, dear God, please. But yeah, Israel is out of fucking control. Israel bombed Lebanon yesterday, the day before, with a bomb called the C-3000 or something. It's the most powerful non-nuclear weapon, sort of like our Moab. It's such a huge bomb, it creates a mushroom cloud. And it's to wipe out areas. And Israel just did this. What we're celebrating today is the 4th of July, right? Today's the 4th. Yesterday, they started bombing Lebanon with this particular bomb. So Israel, you fucking crazy bastards, we got to cut our ties with Israel. I mean, they're the reason everything's so fucked up. They play victim, 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 but they're very aggressive. And we've kissed their ass for far too long because of these files that need to be shed light on. And in doing so, we remove the noose from around our neck. When the truth surfaces, it'll be like popping a festering wound. Only then can it heal. You got to pop that shit, get all the pus out, and pack it with transparency and truth and justice. That's a good analogy. So you got to get all the pustulous shit out of this wound. All the bad that's happened to these kids and who's done it and who's involved, it has to surface. Then Israel doesn't have anything over us. Then we don't have to kiss their ass. Israel, the size of New Jersey. Israel, the same population as New Jersey. Yesterday, using a big fucking bomb on Lebanon. The Israelis are out of fucking control because they've gotten away with shit forever. Israel, this isn't anything against Jewish people, beautiful Jewish families, but the Israeli military are fucking terrible. And their oppression and their shit that they've done for decades to everybody, the Syrians, the Lebanese, everybody, they fucking hate everybody. The Iranians, everybody's their enemy because they are the aggressor. So, I'm just saying, fuck Israel. Enough with Israel. Enough. Some Republican senator yesterday was being called out on why he's not. He helped vote to say the Transparency Act should go through and that we should see everything on the Epstein files. But then he continued, well, why isn't it surfacing then? And his response was, well, why didn't Biden do it? Don't even bring up Biden. Who knows why the fuck Biden did what Biden didn't do? Biden was a pussy. But when it comes to that, I don't know why. But the truth has to surface now. This wound has to be squeezed. There, Bob, you drive a RAV4? That's so funny. So what are you guys doing today? Like, what are you guys doing? Sugar Plum says it's worth it for a yard that size. Big job. Thank you, Sugar Plum. I'll show you the front yard tomorrow morning. It's a lot of yard. Too much yard for one person. Johnny Cash says some parents, the best lessons are showing their kids how not to be. Sadly, that's the truth. I'm sure a lot of kids look at their parents like, damn, I would never be like that. You can't, when you're a parent, you can never say, do as I say, not as I do. Kids will do what you do. Kids will do what you do. I am my mother's son. I'm built like my father. I think have his intellect. My mom is very witty though, and she's very in tune. My dad's more very, my dad would be like the sun, and my mom will be like a meteor, like that. My dad's very grounded, or the center. But I am my mom's son. I'm a little crazy. My mom is funny as shit. She's wacky, and my brother was so stupid. He left a message once on my mom's machine. Thought he was leaving it for my sister, and he goes, "Fucking Jerry, he's got her genes," and he was putting my mom down because my mom and I are very inquisitive. We're funny. We enjoy people. We're outgoing. I'm my mom's son, and my brother was putting my mom down. So my mom on her answering machine talking about me. He has her genes. Jeez, stupid. If you're gonna leave a message for somebody, make sure it's not the person you're talking about. Anyway, why am I saying that? I've always been proud of my mom and dad. I've always been proud to take them out. I've always been proud of who they are. My brother and sister have always rolled their eyes at my mom and dad. Oh my God. And I think it's sad. I'm very blessed to have the parents I had. I'm sure you guys all feel the same way. If you haven't, I'm sorry that they didn't have good parents. One of the biggest blessings in my entire life has been my parents. I'm blessed with two beautiful parents. My dad was a beautiful man. He was built. He had great morals. He grew up in Brooklyn, New York, one of 12. And when he was stationed in Japan after he joined the Air Force right out of high school, while he was in Japan, he got his black belt in judo. And he was part of the championship team for Air Force Japan and then Pacific Air Force. My dad was the heavyweight on the championship judo team. So I think my dad was a remarkable guy. He was a smart guy too. He was a head of accounting and finance, which isn't very sexy when you're in the military. It wasn't like he was a pilot or a Navy SEAL or a flight engineer or, anything, security police, whatever. My dad was a head of accounting and finance. He made sure everybody got paid, which I think, in looking at it, I think that is a remarkable job. It's not sexy, but your job is to make sure that everyone gets the proper pay. Whether they're traveling, billeting, vacation, coming from one base to another, you got to run things correctly Can you imagine being in the military and you're serving your country, whatever, and then your pay's all fucked up or messed up? So I'm very proud of my dad, and my dad was a beautiful man who led by example. He never cussed. Never cussed. He never talked bad about people. That wasn't in his repertoire. My mother, on the other hand, she'd be like, "Well, they're a pain in the ass." She'd talk about something. Uh, so I miss my dad terribly. I'm sure you guys all have family members you miss too. Barnyard. What is a barnyard perspective? Do you mean like stay back to keep back to nature? Let me move the umbrella. The sun's hitting me. I gotta move the umbrella. You got the you got to keep the shade shady. It's going to be hot today, so I'm laying in the pool with you guys now. Happy 4th of July. I'm not doing anything sexy, funny, or crazy. I'm just here for you guys. If you don't have anybody to spend the day with, you can spend the day with me. I'm sure my mom is going to be up, or she's up, and she's going to come and stick her head outside soon. But it's going to be a lazy day. Blueberries, watermelon. I might have a frozen pizza. I told Mom, don't cook today, Mom. Let's not cook. It's too freaking hot. Man, I dropped the phone in the pool. Did you guys see that? So, okay, I'm going to catch up, try to see what you guys are doing. Rebecca. Dawn says, "Good morning, Jerry. Happy 4th of July to you and your mom. What are your plans for today?" This is it. This is my plans. To stay in the pool, to leave a small carbon imprint today. I'm not driving around doing anything. I might go to Acme. Some Jimmy Dean breakfast sandwiches are on sale. 8. That's English muffin, sausage, egg, and cheese. Jimmy Dean. I like those breakfast sandwiches. They're on sale at Acme today for 8 count. I think $11.49, like $12. So you get 8 for $12. What's that? $1.50 a sandwich. That's not bad. Usually they're $15 or $14 for 8. So they're on sale. They're $2 off. Whatever. So I might go buy 2 boxes of 8 count Jimmy Dean breakfast sandwiches today on my 4th of July. I told Mom, let's not cook. She doesn't want. I don't want her cooking. It's the 4th of July. We have some. I got a frozen pizza, a Supreme, with everything on it. We have some hot dogs and hamburgers. I had hot dogs yesterday, though, or the day before yesterday. I didn't eat anything yesterday. I didn't eat anything. It was too hot. The Pacer, that was a cool. I thought the Pacer was a cool car, but really was nerdy. I remember the Pacer. Is Jeffrey Epstein still alive? I believe he is. There's pictures of Jeffrey Epstein with 3 Israeli Secret Service. It was taken 3 months ago, or 4 months ago, in Tel Aviv. Jeffrey Epstein is alive. in Tel Aviv, and he has a beard, big fucking head of his. And who else is alive? I don't know. You think Charlie Kirk's alive? Do you think he was acting when he went? I don't know. It's kind of crazy. Zelda's leaving. Bye, sweetheart. Peaceful Sloth has a lot of good stories. Amy Landry says she's very proud of her mom and dad too. That's very sweet, Amy. Hey, listen, your parents are your parents. If they they brought you to this world, everybody has flaws. No parents are perfect, but I have a great deal of love and respect for mine. I think my dad they were really good people, my mom and dad. If you had parents with good morals and they cared about you and made sure you had clean sheets on your bed and that you maintained a nice appearance and that you behaved in a certain manner and they encouraged you to learn and to be kind to other people, that's no small feat. That's a beautiful thing. So if you had nice parents, embrace it. We're very, very blessed. Frugalanista says, I loved when I worked in payroll. I'm nosy and I knew everyone's salary. Everyone else's salary. Peaceful Sloth says he looks a lot like his dad. And he used to make him homemade oatmeal chocolate chip cookies. I love oatmeal chocolate chip cookies. Oh my God. The more you put in a cookie, the happier I am. You could put shredded carrots, raisins, coconut, walnuts, chocolate chips, and a big oatmeal cookie. I would be in heaven. I don't like chewy cookies. I want crunchy. Thank you. Yo, Peaceful Sloth, thanks for being such an addition here. You got so many decent stories. I look like my dad, too. Brother, ask neighbors if they will sell the motorhome. I can buy that as a home, please. What motorhome? Oh, the one next door? Oh, I wouldn't ask them shit. He works at the golf course. He's a golf pro. His wife is I think she works at the golf course, too. There's those people. They work at a golf course. And that motor home has been out there for 20 years. I mean, it hasn't driven in 20 years. It's a fucking eyesore. They should just get rid of it. Can I tell you, that is so cute. Pringles is saying her mom, her grandma, and her nana were the ones that are inspired me. My mom, my nanny, was such a remarkable woman. She was German, or she was Dutch. Her last name was Haas. And my mom tells me how, even though they didn't have money, my grandmother, her brothers and sisters, and big grandma, my grandmother, they always kept things so nice. Like they had tea and they kept things clean and they all went to church and they all tried to be better, good citizens. They all were from Brooklyn, New York. My Aunt Mimi, my nanny, yeah, you gotta, I love that Pringles is bringing up her grandparents too, because your parents became remarkable people because of their parents, right? When you think of what a blessing it is for us to be here on this planet, I mean, you have a mom and dad, right? So you have two parents. Then you got 4 grandparents, right? Then you got 8 great-grandparents. 8. Then you got 16 great-great-grandparents. Then you got 32 great-great-great-grandparents. Like, that's a lot of people. And that's only 3 generations or 4 generations back. Go back 6, 7, 8 generations. You got hundreds of relatives rooting for you. You wouldn't be here if it wasn't for your great-grandparent, your grandparents, your parents, your grandparents, your great-grandparents, your great-great-grandparents, your great-great-great-grandparents, and then each of them had parents. Your great-great-great-great-grandparents. I mean, when you think about us being on this planet in terms of that, it makes you realize how precious each one of us are. That we've had that many relatives for us to be here. So when they minimize the importance of people because they got brown skin and black hair, it drives me apeshit. Life is precious. Everyone matters. So Stephen Miller, I'm going to knock you the fuck out. I'm putting that out there right now. If I ever go in your fucking circle, I'm going to just open hand smack your ass. Steve Miller, Steve Bannon, that fucking crusty, fat-headed piece of shit. They all think they're fucking superior, and they're look at him. Look at Steve Bannon. Look at that fucking face. Fathead, jerk off. And then Steve Miller, come on. He's an embarrassment to civilization. Look at all the Trump kids, how doofy they are. I mean, how could you possibly speak about white supremacy? Don't they look in the fucking mirror? My God. They should be ashamed. You think the Trump kids have any black friends? They don't. I was blessed to grow up on a military family. All my friends were Korean, black, Puerto Rican. I was very blessed. I had great black girlfriends in grade school. I had black girlfriends that really cared about me, and I loved them. It's a crazy time in America. Anyway, you guys can go do what you got to do. I understand. I just don't have anything to do. I really should go on TikTok. I think TikTok has a program. We're on YouTube right now, right? Maybe I should go live on TikTok. They have since I'm on for so long, they have a creator rewards program. Oh, Lord. All right. I'm going to head off. I think I'm going to go on TikTok. I think YouTube has had enough of me. Because I don't think they're streaming any more comments. So, anyway, listen, guys. I'm going to get off right now because there's 35 people on with us right now. So you guys need to say goodbye to each other. I'm going to get off. I think I'm going to get dressed and go to Acme. I'm going to put on a pair of shorts and go to Acme. Zelda, you're a sweetheart. Goldilocks is awesome. Bye, Zelda. Jeff is watching his son's dogs so they can take the grandsons to see fireworks at the beach. I'm also making stuffed manicotti for dinner. It's going to be good. Oh, that sounds so good, Jeff. Zelda's going to be clowning in a parade, passing out candy and a few balloons. I would like to try that. I would be a good clown. Frugalanista is supposed to go to her brother's annual cookout. It's too dang hot. They do have a pool, but I still don't want to go. I don't blame you, Zelda. Sometimes it's best. Listen, get your own food together, sit home, put the air on. I love that. Real Goldilocks is saying there's errands for me today, not a holiday here in Canada. So Goldilocks is in Canada, and she's just going to run errands today. I grew up, of course, you got to learn how to drive a stick. Dawn, you're sweet. Thank you, Rebecca. God bless you. Oh, Lord, guys, I think I've pulled on your ear long enough. I think I'm going to call it a day. We'll take, just look around the yard, say, God bless America. Hopefully this bullshit's going to end soon. So we'll sing God bless America. God bless America, land that I love. Stand beside her and guide her through the night with the light from above. From the mountains to the prairies to the oceans white with foam. God bless America, my home, sweet home. God bless America, my home, sweet home. Yes, indeed. Hopefully this evil is going to go away soon. I'm just chilling out, man. I'm so chill. Oh, it's a lazy day. It's a lazy day. A lot of places are closed today. Costco's closed today. I think Acme has to be open. Acme will not be. Food stores are open, right? They have to be. They would lose so much money. People buying last minute hot dogs and beans and watermelon, coleslaw, potato salad. The grocery stores have to be open today. So I think I'm going to go to Acme and pick up my Jimmy Dean egg sandwiches that are on sale. Muffin, English muffin, sausage, egg, and cheese, 8 count for $11.49. I'm going to go buy 2 boxes. And I got to pick up bird food, which is surprisingly not too expensive at Acme. Because my bird food is pretty much depleted. So, you know, life is slow and chill when your main concern is getting your Jimmy Dean sausage sandwiches and picking up bird food. I mean, life is good. I hope everybody's having a great 4th and enjoying yourselves. You know why I stay on, you guys? Because I know what it's like when you're all by yourself. I know what it's like. I'm not saying anything great words of wisdom, oh, Jerry's going on live. All it is us hanging out and sharing stories and talking and spending some time together, really. I don't know if you're stuck in an apartment somewhere or if you're in your house or you have some physical ailment and you just can't get out of your house. I get it. Life is difficult. So when I go live and I hang out with you guys for a period of time in the mornings like this, it's just life. We're just hanging out. I don't have anything great to say. I don't profess to know anything to keep you of interest, except I'll remain genuine and I'll be myself, and I will always be an open ear for you. And our friendship will continue to grow. You know, we're all going through this shit together. This is a crazy time in America. I'm grateful for your friendship. You guys got me through it when my mom was in the hospital. I thought my mom was going to die. That was in February, remember? End of January, February, March. I was struggling. She didn't start getting up and around until April. And who did I have? I had no one. I had you guys. So I will not forget that. And that's why I hang out on these lives more often than not, because I know people are out there are struggling and they're lonely and they got shit going on in their life. And if they can share their feelings and their concerns with us, it's a good thing, I think. And funny stories too. I try to throw funny stories in. That shed wasn't here when my parents bought the house. They had it delivered in a truck. Just one guy. We had to pour the cement slab at a certain dimensions. I think that's like, I could be, I don't know what it is. It's 12 by 24 feet, maybe 16 by 24. So we had a cement slab poured, and then the Amish guy just came and he knew exactly what he was doing, that's for sure. But the shed is the same color as the house. That's yeah. I could live in a house that size, that little shed. That would be a nice little place. Put a little stove in there. But I would want to be. I would want to have a tiny home on a maybe a, like a basement that goes like 4 feet deep. I would want my tiny home to be built into the ground. I can't read anything anyone's saying. I think this thing is locked. The last comment that was made is Pringle saying her mom, grandma, and nanny were the ones that were inspiration to her. Her mom, her grandmother, her mom, her grandmother, and her great grandmother. Her mom, her grandma, and great grandma. That's the last comment. So I don't know. It's frozen. So maybe I'll go over on TikTok. I'll see you guys on TikTok.